All right, so now we're at the ad template. Now, you got to understand the ad template is important, but almost everybody thinks it's like the secret, okay? It's important, but the most important thing is the messaging, right? And because like we've talked about throughout all this, there's a lot of that goes into this in regards to messaging and how you structure the audience and all this kind of stuff. And the ads, I mean, the messaging trumps the audience, obviously, and the pixel and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to de-emphasize this, but it obviously is important. But a good ad's not going to fix all the other issues. Okay, so that said, let's get into this ad. This is a template for you to use and make your own. And so I'm gonna work through this here, top to bottom. So let's go through this. So the headline is what you want to do is this goes under the image in the ad part. So it's basically how target markets gets pleasure without having to what, okay? So how my clients lose weight or how my clients have been losing, 30 to 40 pounds without having to what? What's the thing they've tried that doesn't work that they want to do without having to go to the gym more than twice a week, without having to, what's the thing they don't want to do? And so you always want to include that. So this is that little headline under your image on your ad. So you got to put that in there and be clear about that, because remember what we've talked about in all this training is you want people who have tried something. You don't want people who have never tried things because they're too new and they're just not going to take action. Okay, so that's kind of what you want there. The biggest mistake coaches make is they're like, remember we talked about this, is they are saying, hey, would you like to lose 20 to 30 pounds using my amazing, here's the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds or something like that. And remember, you got to sound like friction in there because you want to be like without. And so that way you can help them to meet them in their pain. Because the best clients are the ones who are struggling and you can help them versus just newbies who are like, oh, that sounds awesome. And remember, they're not going to move forward. All right. So that's the headline. And remember, that goes under the image in the ad. So that's what you're going to do in there. Keep it short, nice and short. Now, if I could tell you about it, this one here is the body of the template. So it's pretty much, if I could tell you about a simple process, you can change it to process to method, ways, or systems so that target market, whoever it is. So it's basically, if I could tell you about a simple process, my weight loss clients who are, 55 plus have been using to finally shed the pounds, those final 30 pounds they've been trying to lose for 5 years, would you want to know about it? And then that's a question. So nice and tight about what is the biggest outcome they want, and now you can talk about the pleasure. Okay? So most of my clients who are, again, who's your ideal market, have tried this thing, okay? And are still in pain, okay? So not most of my clients. Most of my clients have already tried, before they worked with me, this thing, but it helped them out of their pain. And you're gonna have to rework this. This is like a template, right? This isn't word for word. So reword it, and then it's basically, so for most of my clients, I've tried this thing and they've tried, would be, so would you like to know about it, right? Well, the good news is my clients, again, if you are like whoever they are, my clients who are professional working moms, 50, 45 plus or whatever, have been able to stop their pain by using my system and get this pleasure back. Okay, what's that outcome they want? Like, Why would they want to lose 30 pounds in this case? And again, this is a generic weight loss example because like everybody knows about it. I don't want to get into some nuances of some technical market. Okay, so I created this no-cost video or webinar that explains exactly how target market, right, or my clients or target market and my clients are getting this pleasure or ending pain or getting this pleasure by without the pain, so you can access it right now. Okay, so this is a pretty basic framework that we've used for a really long time that we've found works extremely well. So now let me just talk about a few issues with it. The first thing you got to remember is do not get your ad account shut down. Remember, rule number one is don't get your ad account shut down. Now, how do you do that? You write a compliant ad, okay? Now, if for our coaching clients, we obviously review the ads for compliance and stuff like that and help word this and wordsmith it and rework it and all that kind of stuff. But for this case, for this situation, you just got to make sure that you are compliant. You can read Facebook's compliance. You can look it up on Facebook in the Ads Manager. They'll have it, I think. But some tips, just be careful about making claims. You can, but you got to do it right. And also not saying trigger words too much. Because remember, when you write that ad and put it in your ad, like in the Ads Manager, this AI is going to scan it once it goes for review. And you just got to be very careful, okay? And then what you want to do is, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, you have to make sure you're talking to the right person. Remember, the job of your ad is not to talk to your whole market. The job of your ad is to talk to a person, okay? 46-year-old needs to lose 30 pounds or whatever it is, right? A person. Now, it's going to be, you can say the range, 45 to 60, but tight. Not anybody who wants to lose weight. Because remember what's going to happen. This ad's going to go out into Facebook, and people are going to start clicking on it. And then they're going to register. And when they register, if you set your stuff up right, it's going to tell Facebook who they are. Well, they're on Facebook, but their tracking is going to be like, oh, Sally registered. Here's Sally's profile. Let's now go into Facebook and find more people who look like Sally. And if Sally is unemployed, or whatever, not your target market, they're going to go out and find more people who look like Sally, okay? And so you want the qualified people, you want the targeting tight. You don't want this super broad targeting. You need to have tight targeting, okay? Very important that you do this. And so that's the most important thing I can tell you. The other thing you need to realize is, there's a Mark Twain quote that said, if I had more time, I would have written you a shorter letter. This is very important. You got to remember, shorter, more specific, precise ads outconvert longer ads. And we see this all the time with our clients when they'll just brain dump the ad so that we can just see a first draft and then help start refining it. And it's like a book because they just had to put everything in it. And what you've got to realize is it's hard to write a precise ad because you don't want to leave anything out, right? Make it precise, super tight, super focused, and that's really what you want to do there, okay? Not super broad and going all over the place. Now, the other thing you got to remember is that there's a very high likely chance that the first ad you write might not work. And so that's why we've got to test multiple versions. You got to know what your click-through rate you're looking for is. And you really got to get this thing dialed in, okay? So you've got to understand how to do that. And it's going to take some refining because that first ad, you're just chucking it out there to your audience and seeing like, hey, how is my audience responding? Okay, how is this hitting them? And is the response rate good? Well, then we leave it. Is the response rate average, bad? And then can rework it. Maybe the top part needs to be better, the bottom, whatever. There's various versions of it. And then there's a testing process that you can use to optimize and make the ad better so that you're getting better quality people. The click-through rate's really high. Facebook's happy. people are registering, it matches your registration page. Like all these things are working together. You know what I'm saying? And it's super important that we get that right. All right. So, take a crack at this and follow all these things that I just told you. And here's the other thing here. I'll just tell you right now, as I've told you on all the other videos, we can help. This is all we do all day long. We can work with you on this, and we have a coaching program that can help you. A very specific program where we will be working with you on this, coaching you on this, reviewing all your stuff, giving you feedback, in a lot of cases almost writing the ads for you on calls with you to get it nice, precise, and focused, okay? And so you don't have to go at this alone. You don't need to, okay? You can. That we fully respect that. But remember, it's not necessary. We can help. So what we can do is we can work with you in our coaching program to get this up and running quicker. And also me and our whole team, this is all we do. So how much faster could we help you write an amazing ad that works better if a whole team of us were looking at it, giving you feedback, working with you on it, than if you do it all alone and try and figure it out and you've never successfully done it before? Probably the results are going to come way faster, right? So it's really going to cost a lot more to just do it all on your own. And the investment, you're going to make an investment no matter what, right? The investment is, do I go at it on my own and figure it all out, or do I get some help? And what's going to be a cheaper investment? I believe that us working with you is going to accelerate you way faster, get your clients faster, get this thing going, better ads. And the other thing is, once you launch this thing, now it's like, what do we test? What do we refine? What do we look at? What do we do? Where do we go? What are the what do we do, and all that kind of stuff. And those are all the next things. It's like, what testing sequence is at the top? Is it the bottom? Is it all of it? We're here to help with all that. So what I want you to do is I want you to click the link below, just book a call with us, tell us a bit about your situation, and then what we're going to do is explain to you how our coaching works and have a call and see if it's a good fit. The call's free. It doesn't cost you anything to see if we can help you, and if we can't, we're going to be telling you, all right? So here's what I want you to do. Book that call and then write your ad. And we'd love to, just get that first draft out of your head and book that coaching call. All right, see you in the next page.